Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the law offices of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Aero Auto Glass. Now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Happy Thanksgiving. Samantha, are you ready for some turkey and ham?
I am ready for some turkey, ham. I'm not a huge dressing fan. That's probably my least favorite. There was a study done that most people dislike turkey over all the sides. But I love the turkey.
Yeah, I'm more of a
dressing,
ham guy.
Not so much.
More of a ham guy.
Gotta love the sweet potatoes, the mashed potatoes, all the carbs, the mac and cheese.
You know that song? It goes like beans, greens, tomatoes, lamb, ram, no.
I have not.
Oh my gosh,
I'm missing out apparently.
I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it for you at some point before the show ends. I'll play it on the air too.
What's your favorite?
Aside ham, some ham, mac and cheese, and mashed. I'm going to say mashed taters. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that.
What about dessert?
I'm not really a dessert guy, but if I had some, maybe some.
I'm usually so full I can't eat dessert. It's got to be like a couple hours later. But pumpkin pie.
See, I'm not a big pumpkin pie person either.
Or a pumpkin roll.
How about some apple dumpling?
Now that sounds delicious.
With a little ice cream on top.
Yep. Heat it up.
All right. Well, I'm hungry now.
Texas.
Can we just cancel the show?
Get on here.
Yeah, if you're watching, comment on our Facebook feed. What's your favorite Thanksgiving
green bean
dish?
casserole. That's probably one of my
I'm a
favorites.
picky eater, so you know how I get chicken fingers when we go out and eat.
Yeah,
so,
he does.
But yeah, Thanksgiving right here this week, man. We're for. I wouldn't go that far.
I'm ordering steak. You're ordering chicken.
Oh, I'll get a steak. I'm
just kidding. I'm kidding.
He won't buy it.
He'll eat it. No, I have had to buy your dinner twice.
Yeah.
Because I've lost two
bets.
I've just learned to quit betting.
Well, let's talk about some football. What a weekend it was. A rough weekend, but a lot of ways to look back on it and celebrate. We know Madison Central losing on Friday night. That'll be our lead story here on the show tonight. Indians falling to Fredrick Douglass 36-6 in the region championship game. And it's sad because we obviously were disappointed in the outcome.
Yes.
But, man, I tell you what, that team, to even be in this situation.
Right. Especially after last season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you go from, two or three wins last year, blowed out in almost every loss, to coming back and playing in the regional championship game.
And remember this, the beginning of the season, there were players that moved, like literally moved. There are players that transferred.
Yep.
There was a time that they were, what's happening with our offensive line?
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to be blocking for us. But guess what? They stepped up.
They did. And the offensive line was – and here's the thing about the offensive line. Almost everybody, if not everybody, comes back on that O-line next week or next year.
Yeah.
But you look at where – so you lose – you're 5-1. Everybody is surprised. Madison Central, 5-1. Now, the guys in the locker room, Coach Blair, the guys around this team, they weren't surprised. But I think anybody who didn't follow Madison Central football – We're surprised at that 5-1 record.
Right.
But then you go 0-3 down the stretch. You lose those 3 district games. You're 5-4. Well, you had Herbs get injured, but you're also in one of the toughest districts in the state. So that also played a factor.
A lot of people would say the toughest district in the state, region especially.
So you look there, and then you go into the way they played in the postseason. You go on the road, and you absolutely murder Tate's Creek. You go on the road the following week, you beat Bryan Station.
Who you'd lost to already.
Yeah, exactly. So Fredrick Douglass on Friday night. That was and the game was ugly. Penalties for Fredrick Douglass. It didn't matter. And I'll tell you one of the craziest things. Cope was going to play it for us too. The fight that kind of broke out on the sideline for Douglass with one of their players.
Right. Of course, I wasn't there. So I'm screaming at my phone watching it.
Yeah.
Douglass had 15 penalties for 196 yards. I texted you during the game. If you're just looking at penalties, you would think Central would be winning this game.
Well, here's the little fight that broke out. I say little. That's nothing little about this.
No.
This is the fight
Look at
that
him
broke
holding
out
on to that helmet.
And listen, this is I think it's Dials, who's the offensive lineman there for Douglas. Logan Busen, one of the captains, a leader on the Fredrick Douglass team, comes over to just try and calm down a teammate. And Dials, who was very frustrated, had to be kind of walked off by himself, went into one of their tents there and finally calmed down. But, man, he was very, very frustrated at a penalty call. And
against
this game
him,
against
right?
him, yes, yeah, he did not.
Coach couldn't even look. It's still you got 3 guys following him.
Yeah, they were just trying to calm him down. Very, very upset. And I tell you what, and there was a lot of emotion going into this game. Madison Central 0-5 all time against the Broncos. They had never beaten Fredrick Douglass. Now 0-6, obviously. There was a lot of chirping, a lot of trash talk going on in that game. And all the penalty yardage, Douglas was lucky that nobody was ejected because there was a lot of trash talk going on. And the officials easily could have ejected somebody from Fredrick Douglass or Madison Central for that point because they were talking smack too. But the issue is if you're a Douglass team or you're a Douglass fan, if you had one of your players ejected, they would have missed the first half of next week's game, which would have been the semi-state game against Trinity. Yeah.
So how do you feel about that matchup?
It's going to be. I mean, listen, they are no strangers to one. They also played in the regular season with Trinity winning that one. I think it was actually the week before the Central game. But it's 2 powerhouses in Class 6A battling it out, and I would be surprised if whoever wins that game doesn't go on to win the state championship.
I agree. I'm telling you, the defense of Fredrick Douglass did not let Central get any first downs.
Well, you talked about it. You said you kind of felt a lot better after that touchdown.
Yeah,
that put
before
Central,
the show, when we scored out in the third quarter.
Yeah,
I got some hope.
14-6. Yeah.
Yeah, 14-6, that's doable. We came back from worse against Lexington Catholic.
We did, yeah. But then on the ensuing kickoff, immediately following the touchdown, 70 yards to the house, and that was really the backbreaker.
Well, we missed the extra point.
It was blocked, yeah.
It was blocked. Yeah. So, and then,
Yeah, it was over with. And here's the thing about Douglas, too. The Talbert kid who was injured much of the season.
Both Talbert kids.
Yes, yeah. But the one that was injured, the wide receiver that was injured that came back in this game.
For this game.
He was a difference maker. I mean, he is so fast.
He's the one that scored the kickoff return.
Yes, yeah. He makes Talbert makes fast people look not fast.
That was his second touchdown.
Oh, it was so impressive. Yeah, he was so quick. And then they didn't really even use Avion Chenault that much. He had a couple of catches, but
who's usually their secret weapon.
Yes. There ain't no secret about Avion Chenault. He's a beast.
That's true. That's true. But Barnes for Central.
Yeah.
Mathis for Central.
Nothing. And even on the touchdown drive, there were 2 or 3 penalties against Fredrick Douglass on like second and third down that just kept tacking on yardage for Central to even put them in position to score that touchdown.
That's how they got most of their yards.
Yeah.
Was off their penalties.
It was you could tell Douglas is on another level right now. And that's how they are. I mean, they are just that type of team that in the postseason, they're able to crank it up a notch. And they did that on Friday night.
Here's my thing. I don't like watching kids play like that.
It's all,
You're mean. You're ugly. You're not even nice to your other players.
And that's not every player, though.
I don't respect that.
No, it's not every player. There are,
but how are you treating your coaches?
Yeah.
We saw it on the video.
Yeah.
There is a little difference, I think, in how the Madison Central men are.
Yeah.
Compared to those men.
Well, and I think that and that says a lot about the kids too. But obviously, you look at Lexington, the area there, some of those kids don't have the opportunities that maybe some of the kids at Central have. And I think that can be a big difference in it as well. And, Coach McPeak, and he could be a father figure. And coaches are father figures anyway, but he might literally be the only father figure for some of those kids.
For some of them.
So you got a lot on your plate there.
Should have been ejected, I think.
I don't remember him going back in the game, but
I don't either.
I don't remember seeing him get back in the game, but they're loaded at offensive line anyway. So, but I tell you what, congratulations to the Broncos, and it's sad to see. Obviously, you're very close with Bryant. We know Sam and Nate Ogle, some of these Cody Morrison, Jackson Pritchard, Maddox Saylor,
what a great
Connor Radcliffe. There is a lot of
seniors.
Coming.
Yeah. A lot more coming.
There is a lot more coming,
like
but those seniors that played their final game in a Madison Central uniform, it's sad to see their careers come to an end. And I said it on my sports segment today. This group of seniors have been a part of some incredible runs, both runs under Coach Holcomb. Mm-hmm. Well, you go to the region, you go to the semi-state game, you go to the region championship game. You have that year.
4 years.
This group of seniors, the 4 years they've been here, I think maybe one of the most historical 4-year runs ever out of Madison Central football program.
Especially that comeback from last season.
Granted, exactly.
Minus the quarterback problems from last season. For those of you that don't remember it, they ended up with a third string quarterback because their first two were injured. But just the comeback from...
Yeah, it was very, very impressive what they were able to do this year. And it gives you hope for next year because, as we said, you bring back the majority of your offensive line. You bring back your starting quarterback, who, again, wasn't asked to do much this year because they had a lot of weapons around him. But when he was asked to do something, he did his part.
Think about that one long Hail Mary pass.
Yeah, you got Barnes, you got Herbst coming back, you got some defensive guys coming back, and McElwee, and I think Hires coming back. They've got some guys they can build around.
Back.
Yeah,
I really do. You know, looking at the some of the Facebook posts or Instagram posts, mostly Facebook, just of some of the moms.
Yeah,
it's touching. It really is. You shed a tear because I've been there. You will be there someday with your 3. And it's, it's touching to see it. And you think, you hope the ones that want to move on will and get to play some collegiate ball no matter where it is. And that's what's exciting because we're going to still be following those young men no matter where they are.
Yeah. And we're fans.
You get to know them. You get to know them. We're fans.
We're fans. I mean, and you know, it's Central, it's Southern, it's Model Berea. Obviously, we're talking about Madison Central now because their season just wrapped up. But man, it was a lot of fun this year, guys.
Seniors.
Thank you for the ride. And not only for this year, but the last 4 years. What you guys were a part of, we really appreciate you letting us be a part of it. Talked with Coach, or texted with Coach Blair a little bit today. Didn't get a chance to really get his thoughts on the season. We're going to try to get them over maybe next week and just kind of recap the year. And then, you know what next week is? Basketball season is here, so we get to go right from football into basketball.
I like that, though. That's how we want it.
Yeah.
That is how we want it. We want those teams to go as far in postseason as possible.
We say football is over, but it's not all the way over. EKU got a big victory over North Alabama on Saturday on Senior Day, and now the Colonels are in the postseason. We will talk about that, and we'll be joined by the head man himself, Walt Wells, once again with us tonight. We'll talk to him about the game from Saturday. We'll preview the postseason matchup and some more awards being handed out this weekend as well, Samantha. We'll talk to Walt Wells when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Your vehicle's safety and integrity depend on its windows, which means a small crack can lead to big problems. Whether it's a repair or a replacement, the experts at Aero Auto Glass can have your car's windows looking like new in no time. With mobile service available in Lexington, Richmond, and surrounding areas, you can have your car serviced close to home. If you have damaged auto glass, Call the professionals at Arrow Auto Glass, 866-975-4527.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Richmond's very own TV station signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9.2 with the Buzzer Network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland Network with classic country and southern gospel music, The Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4, that's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the Over-the-Air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Are you looking for a brand?
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. We're joined by EKU head football coach Walt Wells. Can't look here. We got Santa Claus behind us. We got Santa Wells. Once again, look at the gear. I mean, he's hooking us up, Samantha.
I'm busy looking at the Corvettes.
Oh, the Corvettes are nice.
Corvette, yeah.
I like the white and the red over here.
Yeah, that's fancy too.
That's Christmas right there.
The blue, I like the blue, like the navy, but I would 100%.
This is almost like a purpley.
It is like a midnight blue, like a midnight
It's
blue.
like a purple rain.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I feel like I feel like certain colors though, they just make you drive faster. I mean,
red.
Yeah,
I feel like if I got behind that, I mean, I'm gonna be driving fast anyway, but just the color of it would make me want to go.
Last time I drove a Corvette,
electric.
which was years ago, I drove very fast.
Yeah, I can see. There's a reason why.
That's electric.
I had a Chevy Cavalier, coach, when I was like, going to Eastern, and I'm going back and forth from home every weekend for work and stuff. And I got like 8 speeding tickets in that Cavalier, so I can't imagine what I would be. They'd be probably taking me.
They would take you.
That's true. That's true. I'd be trying to outrun them.
They'd have those spikes out for them.
Oh yeah, they blow your tires.
Well, look, so let's talk about Saturday. I mean, what a game for you guys to. Emotions running high, obviously, with senior night and everything, or senior day and everything that kind of goes into that.
21.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a lot of guys that you talked about last week. Well, obviously this class means something to you because of just there being the first classes you kind of came in with. But just talk about the way the team played on Saturday and the emotions of pulling that one out the way you did. Another close game at RKS.
Right. Well, I think, we were in control. We came out in the second half and really didn't execute the way we needed to execute. And we had probably about a 8-minute window there in the third quarter where we just didn't do what we should do and let them, and let them get back in. And that's what I talked to them about today. I think that was the 8-minute period where we were pushing a little bit, and we can't do that. You just got to play ball. Yeah. Whether you're up by 14 or down by 14, you just got to go out there and execute and do what your job is. And then they go ahead 15-14, and the very next drive, I think we ran the ball well, a couple of plays, and then threw the pay to Cowwise.
Yeah.
He went up, made a great catch, landed on his feet, and their guy, kind of ran by him, and he took it to the house. And to be honest with you, he showed speed that I hadn't seen him show, and was pleased to see him get to the end zone. And I think it was 63 yards or something.
Yep.
And then our defense took over the rest of the way and kept him out of the end zone. And, we gave up some yardage, but it's like I told Jake, just drop everybody. They got to throw the ball. And if they run it, that's fine. The clock runs. And let them get the yardage, just not the points. And Marcellus had the great pick.
He did.
We come back and we miss it by that much on third down. And so, everybody's like, why didn't you go for it? Because I wasn't going to give them the ball at the 50-yard line if something, fumble, snap. There's so many things that can go wrong. So I just said, let's run it down, punted away. Jacob Baker hit a great hit.
He did.
Got it inside the 10-yard line, and, we made them drive the field. They drove it a little bit and threw it in the end zone from the 50 or something. And, we've practiced that play since Central Arkansas last year so much that I knew I had great confidence in our young men, and Mike picked it off and sealed the victory for the seniors, for our team, and gave us the opportunity to win 5 in a row, which really got us into the playoffs.
I want to ask you about when you're there on the sideline, you're watching them, because they ran a lot of plays on that last drive. What's going through your mind? I mean, obviously you get the stop, but are you talking to any of the players that are coming in and out? Because I know obviously you're wasting, or not wasting, but you're using a lot of energy,
right?
Just trying to get back into your defensive formation and coming over to the sideline. So what are you doing over there with the guys?
Personally, me, I'm really coaching the coaches. I'm just saying, hey, guys, here's what I'm okay with. Just, like I said, keep them in front of you. Don't let them get in the end zone. Don't let them do these things. Make sure we got a roof on the coverage. Make sure, nobody's running wide open. If they catch it in front of them, tackle them and keep them up. Yeah. Don't tackle them to the ground. Make them blow the whistle, because if you keep them up, the clock keeps running. If you tackle them to the ground, they're going to stop the clock. Or restart it, and it gives them more opportunities. Keep them up, tackle them, and hold them up, and hopefully the clock will keep running for, if you do that 5 times in a row for 4 extra seconds, that's 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And so, you've got to think of those things, because the coaches are thinking about, all right, what front, what coverage, are we going to twist, are we going to blitz, are we going to do this? Is he lined up inside? Are their alignments right? That's what our assistants are doing. So I'm thinking of the game management portion of it. All right, is he going to call timeout? All right, he's probably going to call timeout. He's got 2 timeouts. He's got 1. He's got none. He's got this. He's got that. All right, they're going to work the edges because they have no timeouts. Yeah. They're going to work the middle because they're so far down. It doesn't matter, and they've got plenty of time left. Just little things like that, just to remind them, so it helps them. When they make a call, I know what they're calling, so I just say, yes, that's good. I'm good with that, or no, and I don't say no very often, because they've done all the work. They've done all the leg work. They've done all the stuff all week. Don't get me wrong. I watch film. I know what's going on, but they're in there every day with them. They know their players a little better than probably I do at sometimes, in the heat of the moment. And I let them know what I'm okay with. I hate to say this. I learned this, from a couple of guys I worked for. At the end of the day, I got to go answer the questions.
Yeah.
So we're going to be okay with what goes on, but 98% of it is all them. And is Jake Johnson and Andy Richmond if it's the other way.
Yeah.
But when it gets critical and there's going to have to be a decision made, then I have to make it, because it's not right for them. They got to know what I want, and then call whatever they
feel out there. Yeah.
Well, in the situation, what I tell them I'm okay with. And then they, I don't say, hey, only call this.
Yeah.
Unless that's what I want. And in 5 years to Andy, I've probably done that 5 times. And, in 5 years to Jake, I've probably done that 5 times. I just tell them, here's play coverage here. Don't blitz.
Got to trust those guys, right?
Yeah, that's their job. Yeah. They'll never grow and be able to grow our defense and grow our offense, grow our special teams if they don't do those things. Because you've got to get experience somehow. I know I worked for one guy, and he would tell me every play that I, should call. Yeah, okay,
You're just giving them
the and I shouldn't be like that, but that's how you are. Yeah. You're like, I'm in here doing, let me call it, and if you don't like it, then change it. And then I worked for one guy that never would tell me anything, and I'd be like, well, do you want to run it here? Do you want to throw it here? Do you care? And once I figured him out, we were rolled. But I try to tell him, I'd like to run it here. I'd like to throw it here. And if I don't, then they make the decision, and that's not their fault. That's my fault, because I didn't tell them.
Do they ever look at you and go, "No, coach, I think we need to not throw it"?
They have every right. Yeah. I tell them, you have every right.
Doing that.
We've got a time constraint there, obviously,
right,
with the play clock, but they have every right to tell me, I don't like that, and I've got to, it's. This sounds bad, but in the football culture, this is the way we do it. When I worked for Butch Jones, he set us down all in a staff meeting. We're sitting there, and he's going on and on. He's doing a great job, and he goes, guys, I understand you're passionate about what you're doing and your kids, and you believe. And remember, you all have a vote in here. Every one of you have a vote. He goes, but just remember, I have one more.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I like that.
And that's what I told him. And because, he's right. That was at Tennessee, and the stage is the same, but it's obviously media-wise, it's bigger, and you got to answer, and you got to go to that podium at the end of a game, end of a loss, and you got to answer those hard questions, and they're hard.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, and if it's bad, it comes to you know, people say you should be fired. You know, how are you going to answer that?
Right.
Well, if you don't control what's going on, then it's easy. You know, to me, it's like we're all in this together. So they have to trust me that I'm going to make that decision, and I have to trust them. And luckily, it's, you know, I've known Andy for, you know, he was a GA for me here in 2000, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Or 2002.
Yeah, she goes way back.
And then he worked with me at Western, and, you know, and so I've known Andy for a long time. Jake, obviously, I coached in 1997, so I've known Jake forever. So having that relationship is they, you know, I know they got my back. I know if I say don't do that, they're going to do what I ask them to do. I try not to do that very often. And then some people say, well, you don't do a whole lot. Oh, yeah, you manage everything. But, I mean, it's just I can't do everything.
No, exactly.
I mean,
no.
First of all, I ain't good enough. Second of all, I ain't got the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so, you know, those two men and then Derek Day with our special teams, you know, those three men, you know, are in charge of a lot of things. Yeah. And, you know, it's important that you have people that are knowledgeable, that are smart, motivated, and, you know, are here for the greater good of the cause, which is winning football games for EKU. And, you know, those three men, I have no doubt they're that way.
It's fun to hear his inside perspective of
Yeah.
it. We kind of know how that works, but then it's nice to hear you confirm it and tell us.
I like being down there on the sidelines because I can be, if I'm sitting there next to coach, I can hear him having a conversation. I don't obviously know who you're talking to, but just the ins and outs of each particular play and what you guys are doing and what you're talking about.
Well, they know me so well. And, you know, there's times, you know, I'm wrong. And it's not so much about scheme.
Jennifer said that a lot about you.
Yeah, well, I'm always wrong in her opinion. But you know, sometimes I know how I am competitively, passionately, and it comes off abrasive. Those guys can handle it.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's like, well, you should change. Well, yeah, maybe I should. But they also know that I've got their back. And so it's water. It's water off a duck's back, because when they come back at me, and they I know, all right, they've had enough. I need to relax. Or I say, hey, I'm using my vote. You better, you know.
Yeah. Do it my way.
Yeah.
The coaches know that you have their backs, and I think the players
Oh,
know that.
for sure.
Well, I hope they do, because, you know, I'm an old offensive lineman. That's who I am. If you're in my camp, then you know, I'll go to war for you.
Right.
And whoever that is, whether that's an administrator, whether that's a player, whether that's a coach, whether that's a fan or a friend or, you know, a loved one, you know, I'm gonna you know, go after. I'm gonna take care of you.
Can I ask
one?
one?
Go ahead. You
okay, I know we got to get a break in,
yeah.
but okay. On a fun note, 6-0 at home this season, first time since 2010.
Yep,
that's what I heard.
Yep.
How exciting is that?
Yeah, and that was a goal for you guys this season.
We talked early this summer, and that was the goal: win them all at home. So how great is it? I know it's great that we're getting to the playoffs, but let's celebrate that.
Well,
right
I think
now.
that's huge for. I think it's huge for, you know, our football team. I think it's huge for our players, our coaches, our fans. It's huge for our town.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. I think you saw that in our attendance, even though what was reported today and came out.
I saw 61 today.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I mean, you know.
You think there was more?
Yeah, listen, I don't know how all that handles, and I'm staying out of it. You know, I don't think we dropped as much as because we were 17 or 15 last year, and now we're like 50 or 61.
Yeah, I thought it was 61, but it was like 6,000. I'm there at every game. There's at least 10,000. It looked like at least 10,000 or more every game.
That's kind of where I was at. But you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into all that. It doesn't matter. I don't have a bonus for attendance, so I'm not worried about it.
That's the least of your problems.
I know they affected our team, and they affected them in a positive way, and they affected Central Arkansas in a negative way. And I think that's what we're trying to build here. And if we can win them all at home, send them all out of here with a smile, and a good game and quality football, then they want to come back. And I think that'll show hopefully next year in our season ticket sales and all those things. And I think that speaks volumes to our administrators and how they handle game day experience, and Corey Neal and his crew and all the people, Annalise and, Ray White at the ticket office and all these people that handle all that stuff. They do a great job of giving us an atmosphere. We had 11 or 12 RVs at the last game. Now, I've been here for 5 years, and of course, COVID doesn't count, but there's been no RVs at the second to last game, and we had 18 at the second to last game. I think that speaks volumes of, they like what they're seeing on the field, but they also like what's going on around it.
Correct.
And that's huge, because nowadays it's not just about football, it's an overall fan experience.
That was one of the things that Howard Miller and I talked about during the tailgate show. Now we go to the postseason. We'll talk about that when we come back. And when we come back, Copeland's got the video of you guys finding out when you're going to play, who you're going to play, and the fact that we're going to play, which is a big deal as well. So we'll have that for you when we come back
celebration
on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Your vehicle's safety and integrity depend on its windows, which means a small crack can lead to big problems. Whether it's a repair or a replacement, the experts at Aero Auto Glass can have your car's windows looking like new in no time. With mobile service available in Lexington, Richmond, and surrounding areas, you can have your car serviced close to home. If you have damaged auto glass, call the professionals at Aero Auto Glass, 866-975-4527.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Richmond's very own TV station signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9.2 with the Buzzer Network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland Network with classic country and southern gospel music, The Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4, that's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the Over-the-Air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Man, you could see the celebration there as the Colonels found out they were going to be traveling to Pennsylvania to face Villanova this Saturday,
The
Coach.
Wildcats.
And congratulations. I think 23rd all-time postseason appearance for EKU football, and you've been a part of, obviously, quite a few of those. But when you talk about this team and you look at where you guys were midway through the season to finish the way you guys did, got to be proud of these guys of regrouping. You made some tweaks, obviously, but to get to where you guys are now, it's got to be a special time for you.
No question. I'm so proud of our players. I mean, I say it all the time to them, and I say it a lot. Players win games, and coaches lose them, and so that's we got to celebrate them and celebrate the success they had. I mean, this is I had my player board meeting today, and I didn't really think of it this way until I said, now we've done this before. And they're like, yeah. I said, how many of y'all were here for the play? Because the portal era.
Yeah.
Right.
How many? And like 3/4 of them raised their hand. I was like, oh, okay, that's good. All right, so they were they've tasted it before because this is the second time in 3 years.
Yep.
And they've tasted it, and obviously left a bad taste in their mouth. And so I think there's a little different attitude about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And so I'm pleased. I mean, we got a great opponent in Villanova. I mean, 9-3. I think they were second in the CAA, which got 4 teams in, and the UAC, which is what we're in, got 3. They're ranked 12th in the nation today, where we ended up ranking 22, I think it is. And so I think there's some good comparisons there. But they are their defense has 9 seniors. I mean, they're a veteran team, and so it's going to be a great challenge, great opportunity is what I call it, and we're looking forward to it. We got practice tomorrow, so I can't wait to get it back out on the field, and it's going to be sunny up there. It's going to be about 35 degrees, so it's not going to be blistering cold, but it's going to be cold, and we probably got more Florida guys than they do, but it's just how it goes, and. You got to go play. It's like I tell them all. Also, you want to go to the NFL, but you don't want to play in Green Bay, right? Only in the summer, or in the early fall, know. So they'll be fine, and we're excited about it. And can't thank everybody's got a piece of this. From the administration to the players to the coaches to the managers to the trainers. I mean, they're all such a big part of what we do. Coaches' wives, everybody. So fans and supporters alone. So. I'm very grateful and thankful to be at 8-4 and in this situation.
So, Coach, if people would like to go to the game, I know there's a way to do that. Obviously, you can fly there on your own, but EKU, some parents are getting tell us about that, Michael.
So Coach Ryan Jackson's dad, has been trying to get together a charter bus for the game. And I was talking to him right before we came on the air.
Because we need fans there.
Mm-hmm. The total cost of the bus is right around $6,000. The hotel, home 2 suites, quote, is as follows: $99 a night for King Studio Suites, $109 a night for 2 Queen Studio. They've got hotel room rates available to the folks on the bus, and they will be applied when you check in at once upon arrival. The bus company has agreed to overnight transportation, which means you can still celebrate Thanksgiving. They're going to be heading out Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and arrive Saturday morning in Villanova, Pennsylvania. They don't normally do the overnight travel, but they were willing to make an exception to our travel at no extra charge due to the circumstance and short notice that we received to plan the trip. So Coach Ron putting this together, Ron Jackson. And now here's the issue. They got to get this. They need to know if they're going to get enough people in a short amount of time. So if you think you might be willing to go, you can reach out to Coach Ron. His phone number is 615-268-2436. And obviously, I think the more that go, the cheaper the bus ride will be.
Will be for everybody.
But, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're an EKU supporter, here's the thing. You can celebrate Thanksgiving with your family, wake up and do some Christmas shopping, Black Friday shopping on Friday morning, maybe get you a little short nap in, and then get on the bus Friday night, go cheer on the Colonels, and then come back and then just have a good weekend of EKU football. If you're an EKU supporter, I don't see any other way to celebrate the weekend if you're able to do so.
Oh, absolutely. If I could go, if I didn't already have plans, I would totally be there. And I know friends of mine already planning on going.
Yeah, so
I don't know if they're on the bus because they may not know about it. They were going to drive themselves.
I think he's been trying. I saw a lot of people in the Warren Cleat Club Facebook group that were kind of getting they're trying to get the word out. Alvin Miller, Tony DeGregorio, people like that. We're just trying to kind of push the charge on this thing. And if you're wanting to go, what better way to go than to make that trip with other EKU supporters, get you a napping on the bus, and get ready to cheer you guys on?
We got a great parent group, and Ron and his wife have been great. I don't know if they've missed a game. I think I heard Ryan say that somewhere or something, or maybe missed.
I know he's been.
I don't think his mom's
that
missed one game. I think his dad's missed 2, is what he said. And so sorry, Ron. I hate to throw you out there like that, but we have a great support group in our parents, and a lot of coaches can fuss and cuss about their parents, and I don't have that issue, not with any of them. There's different personalities and different people and all that, and so am I. And so, but it's their child, and so they're excited about their child, and that's all you got to remember when you're dealing with parents. And we're so thankful that they want to do that. I hope they get it done. I hope they get up there. Thank goodness the NCAA's letting us fly, and so we're taking out. We're still waiting on the time from the. We're actually waiting for the FBO up in Pennsylvania to let us know where we're landing. Yeah. But we'll take out of Lexington midday on Friday and go there and then get in the hotel, and the NCAA's done a nice job. They've really changed how they treat these first rounds compared to how they used to teach or treat it, and so. I think that's been great for us.
Well, Coach, I
got more questions.
I know we got.
We might have to go long on Facebook because we got some other football players. We got some
football players. Let's get one more question in before we go.
Okay, so Cal.
You can call in tonight and talk to him.
I know Cal-wise. We got to talk about him. But, he got his big honors today, second consecutive week. But then we also got to talk about Peyton Collins. And
Mike Smith Jr.
Mike Smith Jr. Both of them going to the Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah.
No,
Hula Bowl.
Yeah.
And so Cal,
you got me to say the wrong thing.
Obviously, he's one of the better freshmen in our league. He's got it 3 times. So
second week in a row.
I think he's a freshman player of the year, but I'm sure there's other guys that deserve it too. But he's ours. So we're partial to that. And here's the thing I'll say about Marcus. He don't say a word. He's always smiling. He's always working, and he makes plays. I mean, what else you want? He's a 3.0 student. What else you want? Great human being, and at least in my mind. And then, Mike Smith Jr. and Peyton Collins getting invited to the Hula Bowl. That's where T.K. McClendon got noticed by the Titans and is in his second year with the Titans. So, and I've looked at who they're bringing out. I mean, there's a lot of P4 guys playing in this thing. And so it's all expense paid, down in Orlando. It used to be in Hawaii, but the problem is nobody wanted to, everybody wants to go to Hawaii, but nobody wants to go over there and practice football and then be in and out and not get to enjoy anything. It wears you down, the trip, the whole 9 yards, and then you got workouts coming back. It's just not a great place to have it. So they moved it to Orlando, and it's really flourished and done a great job, and we're excited for both those guys. We've had every NFL team in our practices. We've had GM. We've had second-level scouts, which is really good, and we've had not GMs but assistant GMs, scouting department heads, coming in and look at both of those two guys, and they both had a great career here. Peyton's played 6 years, 5 years.
Yeah, and most career starts ever.
Most career starts ever as a colonel. And, I think that alone in the offensive line should get you a chance to play in the NFL. If you've played successfully, in which he has. He's been an All-American twice. And then Mike Smith is just, he came here. He spent 2 years at App State, and then he came here, and he has matured. I mean, he is totally different than who he was when he walked in the door. And that's not negative to who he was. It's just he did the natural thing college is supposed to do to you, grow you up. Yeah. And he's grown up as a player. He's grown up as a person. He's graduating in December. Peyton's already got 2 degrees from here. I mean, I think we got lifelong guys in those 2 guys, and I think both of them will have a career in the NFL.
Well, Coach, as always, a pleasure talking to you. Good luck this
Thank you very much.
I'm
Saturday to you and the
superstitious.
Colonels.
I'm wearing my same shirt as I wore last Monday.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same underwear that I wore last Monday as well.
I'm going for the win.
I've been wearing them all week. So
I'm wearing the same socks.
There we go. All right, we'll keep it going then.
We didn't even talk about rat poison tonight,
Yeah,
so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
We had a little rat poison on Twitter today.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
That was the other question
Yeah.
I was going to ask is the players, how do you, I'm sure you get to celebrate with them.
We've got a big meal
Team
after practice on that morning.
Okay, well, good deal.
Good.
Guys, congratulations to the Colonels. They'll be playing Villanova 2 p.m. kickoff on Saturday.
Will you stick around and get a picture with some of these other younger football
they'd
guys?
love that.
Love to.
We'll be right back. Thanks for watching the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Your vehicle's safety and integrity depend on its windows, which means a small crack can lead to big problems. Whether it's a repair or a replacement, the experts at Aero Auto Glass can have your car's windows looking like new in no time. With mobile service available in Lexington, Richmond, and surrounding areas, you can have your car serviced close to home. If you have damaged auto glass, call the professionals at Aero Auto Glass, 866-975-4527.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Richmond's very own TV station signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9.2 with the Buzzer Network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland Network with classic country and southern gospel music, The Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4, that's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the Over-the-Air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you, and we're here with Coach Nance and the Madison County Packers 10U football team, and a big weekend for you guys. This is, the second or third time we've had you guys over here on the show, and you guys just keep doing big things. The Academy Sports Battle in Rocky Top. Bronze Division National Champions, Coach. It's a big deal. 340 teams in this thing.
Sure.
So just talk about this and this group of guys that you guys have got together.
Well, Michael, I think the last time we were here, we were 8U team, and we had just finished a runner-up outing down there. And last year we went down there. We were a little bit injured, didn't do so well, but we kind of reloaded. We're healthy and went back again, and just an incredible run. We defeated a team in the first round from where were they from? They were East Tennessee. That was the East Tennessee Chargers. Come back in the second game, we get a team out of Asheville, North Carolina, the West Falcons. 2 shutouts in a row there, and then in the finals, a really incredible what we learned in a very short amount of time. An incredible program out of New Orleans, Louisiana, called the Christian Brothers School. They had 50 fifth graders on their roster, and private school, about $9,000 a semester to go there. A little different than our setup here, but anyway, just kind of an instant classic sort of game. To take you through it real quick, they came out of the gate, fire and scored on like the second play of the game. Second quarter, we were down 10.
Oh wow!
Then we went on a 22-point run. To
how long are the quarters that you guys play?
10 minutes.
10
minutes. Okay,
yes.
okay. So you played 4 10-minute quarters,
yeah,
right?
4 10-minute quarters. It's kind of a modified running clock. They use high school rules the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. But probably the best team that I have seen down there. They were just really good in all phases of the game. It took everything we had to beat them. But you know how it is in championship games, one-shot deal. These kids played really good, and these kids have been playing really well lately, peaked at the right time. Just a great effort all around. While I'm here, I'd like to thank all my assistant coaches, parents, community sponsors, partners. We don't do this sort of thing alone.
Yeah, everyone's expensive, especially when you got a big group of kids like this.
That's right. We've got some great sponsors, and Justin might can expand more on those guys, recognize them. But just a great effort by these kids. I can't say enough about them. They put in the work and they get results. Just a good group of guys. Here, future looks bright in Madison County.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, what's next for you guys? I mean, you want to continue with this same group, right?
Yeah. Now, they go up to the middle school next? Is that the...
Yes, and next year is a little unclear right now. Sixth grade's kind of one of those transition years where you can either play on a B team, but we play in Conference 127, and it's a conference just for sixth graders. So, we hope to keep that going, maybe do some sort of modified program with the middle schools. Keep it going one more year, and then turn these kids over in seventh grade and go from there. But some of that we'll work on in the off season with the high school coaches, middle school coaches, and see if we can come up with something that works for everybody. And we're just here to give these kids the most opportunity that we can to develop, and the ultimate goal is high school ball, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
The more we can prep now and get these kids the most skill development they can get, it's just better off, for the middle school and high school coaches, So that's what we're here for. But again, really proud of these kids. Great opportunity, and they capitalize.
Every middle school and high school coach will be so thankful.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you guys are teaching them the fundamentals. And
how many times have you and I talked to a high school coach when they talk about the feeder programs?
Exactly.
And now, you guys are starting at you said 8U, and maybe even earlier than that with some of these kids. So that really just gets them in the fundamentals, and because high school coaches nowadays, you don't have time to teach fundamentals because you got to game plan, game prep, do all the things. So it's very important to have them understand the things they need to understand, the things that a high school coach probably shouldn't need to be teaching. And that's why it's so important for you guys to be able to do this. And Samantha, we hear it all the time.
We do.
The feeder programs are so important.
It absolutely is, and it's so exciting. I got up to move you guys because you guys have done such great accomplishments.
Yeah.
We want to celebrate you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are all on camera. Coach, talk to us about some of these kids and some of their accomplishments.
These kids are amazing. I mean, they come from all different walks of life, and what's the beautiful about it? They're all within 5-10 minutes of this shop right here. I mean, they are Madison County kids. They've been together for some of them now 5 years, going all the way back to flag. But they are bright kids. I mean, they have over 60 different plays on offense they run. We've got over 10 different formations. Their defensive plays that run up at over 50 different plays that they know, just like this. I mean, just right off the bat.
Wow.
And football in Madison County is bright. outside of these kids, there were other kids on other teams that went and played with the Lexington and the Louisville schools. And, I mean, football here is going to be awesome.
Well, I'm glad you talked about that because we've got a graphic of some of the other kids that we'll have Copeland pull that up for us. Eight other Madison County students competed in top brackets this weekend at the Battle of Rocky Top. Luke Bailey, Benton Dunn, and Trey Briggs with the 9U Louisville Panthers. Elijah Beeler and Tylen White with the 10U 10th Street out of Louisville. And then Brooks Miller, Roman Lawson, and C.J. Trusty with 9U Lexington Ravens. So, again, just pointing out the future very, very bright in Madison County. We've had, we just had Coach Wells on. Some of these kids, I said it today, we could be looking at some future Madison Central Indians, maybe even some future EKU Colonels as well.
Absolutely.
Sure. And I think, again, it goes – and you guys need to get some credit as well because you guys put a lot of effort into these kids. And I'm sure they don't understand it now, but in 10 years they'll look back on it and be like, man, those guys – maybe something that you said during one of these big games might click. Oh, Coach Nance or Coach – yeah, they said that to me. They said that to me 10 years ago, and it sticks with them now.
And now it's going to get us to that postseason.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right.
Absolutely.
So, and talk about now, the MCYFL, and I know there's the Southern Madison Youth Football League. Those things are important to help just get these kids prepared at a young age, right?
It is the lifeblood of a high school program, like you guys said, is the youth leagues, and we are in partnership with MCYFL. We work in unison with the league, and we're an extension of the league. So everything that we do is step by step. In talks with Josh Long, our league president, who's done a magnificent job with the youth league. It's stronger than it's ever been. So, we're really proud of that partnership. And, I mean, we had a record number of kids playing football this year in the youth league levels. And there were some changes down there that we felt like were really for the better. And we changed the flag program around a little bit to get less contact with the 5-year-olds.
Okay.
So now these kids that are 4 and 5, they can get a light start with football and, not have to worry about an 85-pound kid. And it's not the 85-pound kid's fault. Just, some kids grow faster than others.
Yeah,
so,
that is true.
We made a few changes down there that we're really seeing some great benefit from. And the league was competitive as ever this year.
When you talk about the MCYFL, when do you guys start sign-ups? I'm sure the season just kind of wrapped up recently. So
if somebody wants to sign their kid up.
What's the plan for next year as you guys get ready? Is there 2 seasons for the MCYFL?
Yes, there is. There's a spring flag.
Okay.
And the spring flag is a really good opportunity for those that, maybe if you do play baseball, you can still slip in some spring ball. Usually it's played on Sunday afternoons at Madison Central. That sign-ups for that usually start around the end of February.
Okay.
And we may try to get it open a little earlier this year. No harm in doing that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Get sign-ups open, get interest.
Now, I know a guy that can help promote that too, so just let him know.
Oh, absolutely. and you know what? I will do that. And I do, Justin and I both, we do work on that side too, with being members of the board and things of that nature. So, it's the league is in great shape. It's probably in the best shape that I've ever seen it in. COVID took a big toll on the league in a lot of ways, from a competition standpoint, volunteer standpoint, getting kids out. It seems like we fully recovered from that and more. So, with record numbers this year, we're really looking forward to what we can do next year to make things even better.
Guys, thank you all for coming over. We're about to go off the air here, but really appreciate it. Guys, congratulations. And listen, this guy behind me is going to be watching you guys over the next month, so make sure you're good.
Thanks for bringing that trophy,
too.
Sure.
Hold that thing up for us real quick.
Show us that trophy. Woo!
The Madison County Packers, national champions out of the Rocky Top, up for in Tennessee this weekend. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to EKU football. That'll do it for us, folks. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next Monday. Well, I will. Somebody's going to be gone again, but we'll see you next time on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.